guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a little different. I have gotten a few questions on the little shelves or risers that I have for my Cricut machines on. So I figured I'd make a video for you guys just to show you guys real quick how I did it. It's super easy, it's not hard at all. I have all the materials that I bought that you need here pretty much, and of course you do need a wood saw or something to cut your wood down to size that you're going to need. But I promise it's pretty easy. Like I said, it's not hard at all. Just a little bit of sanding and some painting, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, you don't need anything else. So let me show you guys. So these are the little shelves that I'm talking about for your Cricut machines. I do have those, and then I have this one with the long legs. So they do sell two separate lengths on the legs. So one is about 14 inches and the other one is about 9 inches. I got the 14 inches here. So that's what we're going to be working with today. So like I said, the first things I did was just sand everything. The legs are kind of hard, I mean, obviously, to sand. So I just got some sandpaper and kind of just, you know, rolled the leg on it. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. You could just go ahead and paint it. It's completely up to you, but I just gave it a lightly little sanding on these, and that was it. For this, I did go down with my sander and I sanded it all completely, and then I did and then I painted. The paint I use is chalk paint, and I just use white. You can use whatever paint you want. I didn't get the paint because obviously, like I said, you can use whatever you want, whatever your theme is in your craft room. Whatever works best. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can paint them however you want. I go with white because obviously my little room here is white. So what I did with this is I went ahead and sanded it completely down on both ends. Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. Before sanding, I did go ahead and cut my wood. So I cut it to whatever size I needed. Now, so this one right here, let me measure this. This is not cut. This is fresh the way I bought it. This is about 48 inches. So what I did is I measured my machine. So let me grab that. So here's our machine. And as you can see in the picture that I showed you guys, these right here, those I did cut them a little too size. I wish I would have gone a few inches over on each side, like maybe 1 or 2 inches for both sides. See how it's kind of like right on there? But just a little bit more wider just to have a little bit extra space. But I mean, those, obviously you can see those fit perfect on there. I have no issue with it. Just wish I would have done them a little longer, but it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. So for this one, so our machine is roughly, I'm gonna say about 22 inches. I mean 21 and a half. So 21 and a half inches, I'm gonna go by there. So I would do, if I'm doing it all over again, I'm gonna say 25. On the other one that I did, where I have the other machines, the long one with the long legs, on that one I went way too big. I did about roughly 36 inches. So as you can see, that's super wide. And I did that because at first I thought, oh, I need space on both sides and I want to be able to put some stuff on the sides, but it was too big. So again, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do maybe about 25, but if you do want space, about 30 inches should be good. And I do plan to cut that long one off. So I'm gonna cut a few inches, probably I'm gonna make it 30 inches and go from there. So that's what I did. So I would recommend about 30 inches, but of course, I mean, you don't have to. You size it to whatever you guys, you know, what you feel best. So 25, I think is good if you want to save space. So that's what I did. So let me move this out the way. And then again, the wood, so let's say you're going to cut 25. So obviously you would measure your wood and cut right about here. And you could just mark it and then, you know, cut it with your saw. That's what I use. I use my saw and I just cut it down. After cutting it down, I went ahead and sanded it, and then I painted it. So after painting and everything, I painted the wood, I painted all the legs. This, like I said, I used a brush and I used chalk paint, white chalk paint. And then for the legs, I did as much as I could with the chalk paint, and then to cover, make sure I got all inside the little creases and everything, I spray painted. So that's what I did with these. So I spray painted right in the little creases where the brush couldn't really fit. So just to give it a, you know, just to make sure that they're covered completely, I did chalk paint, and I chalk spray paint, and that's what I did with the legs. And then for these, so I did forget to mention. So for the tabletop and the legs, you can find both sizes of the legs and the tabletop at Home Depot. For the hardware itself, Home Depot was out, so I went to Lowe's, and Lowe's has them in the packet of 4. So that worked out better for me. So I would recommend going to Lowe's for the hardware. They also do have the tabletop, so you can get that there, but the legs, I didn't see them there, so I went to Home Depot and I bought them at Home Depot. And again, you can do whatever legs you want. Now these are pretty tall, so I mean, I'm pretty sure you can cut down. I don't know if it's hollow inside, but you can cut this down. That's what I'm planning to do with the other ones, because it's a little way too tall. And then the short legs are a little too short, so I wanted just to cut down a little bit just to see how much, you know, just to lower it a little bit. I don't like it that it's so tall, but that's, again, that's completely up to you guys how you guys want to do that. So for these, I did buy these, like I said, at Lowe's, and I opened them and I spray painted each one because I didn't want the silver to show. So I spray painted each little square of hardware, and that was it. And then after that, I just screwed it on. So let me show you guys the afterwards. Let me actually move all this stuff out the way. Okay, so here's our legs and our top completely sanded and painted. So like I said, I did cut this one to size, and this one was 36, I believe. 36 or somewhere around there. Let's see. Yeah, about 36 inches. So like I said, I would cut this down to about 30. So if I wanted to do 30, I'm gonna cut a good bunch off. Let me show you guys. There we go. So I'm gonna cut about this much off. So that's how much I'm gonna get rid of, which I feel is good because I don't want it so long. It does take up a lot of space on my little shelf over there in the corner. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then I did not worry about the bottoms. You can paint the bottoms if you like. I didn't, because personally it just, you know, it's not a big deal. Nobody's gonna see them because they're gonna be obviously like this. And I didn't go to, you know, I didn't make sure that all of this was covered, just the sides, just the edges, because that does kind of show. Just make sure your edges are covered. So I painted these, and then let me show you guys the bottom. Put these over there. So this is the one I had. I just took it apart. And I have my lights. So I added, remember, I added LED lights to all my stuff here. So this is how I put my LED lights, and then this one I have it on top. I haven't taped it down, but I have it on top right here because this is my back side. I have it here, and then I have my machine here, so it kind of lights up the back side of the machine. But here are my bottoms, and they're kind of scraped because obviously we turned the legs on there. But see how there we go. So here are the hardware that I use. I did, as you can see, I did spray paint it as much as I could, and it is scraped a little bit, but because obviously when we put the legs, it does kind of scrape it off. But see, I have all of them painted and ready to go. So after that, after you have everything painted and ready to go, all you have to do is just screw it in. And that's it. That's how easy it is. It's honestly not that hard at all. I think the hardest part is just the cutting of the wood. But other than that, it's super easy. And if you want to add the lights, you can. I will link the lights below, and I'll link the top and the legs also. I'll try to find all the links because sometimes it's hard. But I'll try to look for everything, and I'll link everything down at the bottom. And I'll try to see if I can find the paint I used also, and I'll also link that below. I got that at Home Depot too. It's chalk paint. I forgot the name of it, the brand of it, but it is chalk paint. Alright, so we have all 4 legs in. And just make sure they're tightly, there we go. Not too tight. I don't put them too tight, just until it stops turning. And again, I have my little lights, and that's it. Then after that, you just stand it up. So it is pretty tall, and I'll put the picture right here so you guys can see. So that's why I say I do want to cut a little bit off of the legs, just so it, just so it won't be so tall. So that's it, you guys. I mean, like I said, it's super easy. It's not hard at all, and to me, it's perfect for my room. It goes with my decor, and I don't have any issues with it. I haven't had any issues with it besides maybe a little wobbliness. But I just put a little on one of the ones, not these are perfect, but the ones with the shorter legs, that one did have a one of the little shelf was a little wobbly. I just put a little bit of piece of cardstock on there and it helped, and that was it. But that's it, you guys, pretty much. This is how I did my little tables. I hope you guys do decide to try it, and if you do have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below. And again, I will link everything that I used in the description down below. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, just a quick little tutorial just to show you guys, because I have gotten a lot of questions about them and where I got them and everything. So I just wanted to make this quick video for you guys to show you guys how easy it is. Alright, you guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you haven't done so already to get notified of new videos, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks, bye!